Okay, am I live? I think I am live. The thing says I'm live. Okay, Rob, am I live? Okay, what time is it? It is 8. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and let me do this. And sorry, Rob, but I have to do the thing here. And I need this one here. And hold on. Okay, and now I need. Okay, that's all there. Okay. Hey Gordy, how's it going? And who's the new person I saw earlier? Hey Ben, how's it going, man? Good to see you here. The order for the order of the dark oats. The order of the dark oats. Okay, that's a name. All right, you know what? I'm gonna turn off the heater for a bit just because the noise is annoying me. But it is cold in here, so you may have to put up with the heater running in the background for a bit. Oh man. Okay, I'm gonna have a bit of a night tonight, and I'll explain to you guys. Um, yeah, forward to the last stream of 2025. Okay, so I almost didn't be able to do the live stream tonight because I didn't quite get a thing that needed to be reset. So I want to go ahead and do this. Maybe I'll wait because there is news about what's going to be going on with how I'm moving forward with. I'll just go ahead and say it, and then uh, some of you can just explain it to other people later or something like that. So I have not gotten any more. Uh, I'm no closer to a solution on getting access back to my original channels yet. I don't know that that will ever happen. Um, and well, I'm so I'm trying to figure out what's the best way of explaining it and where I get started with. So if I'm going to assume that the worst case scenario is what might happen, and that I just don't ever get access to those two channels back. Which means, okay, then now what am I going to do? I got to come up with a solution. I can't just sit here, moping. Um, and so my solution is, and it's actually even come up as something to consider here in the live stream a couple of times, I think. But I finally, Better Business Bureau complaint. um, so what I'm doing is after doing a bunch of research and stuff and trying to figure out how it will work with YouTube as well as other aspects of the world of business. I'm gonna well, I've already invited my dad to own part of the channel, and what I'm gonna do is after a period of time I have to wait. I'm gonna transfer ownership of this channel to him, so he'll be the primary owner. I'll be a secondary owner, although I think they just call it owner in the roles for YouTube, but I won't be the primary owner. Because of that, then what he can do is he can set up, well, I'll set it up, but I mean, because I'll do all the work, but for him, we can monitor, because I've already gotten everything. This is a qualified channel. I can monetize it. I just have to, be able to set up an AdSense account. So I'm going to set up an AdSense account for him. And then what he's going to do, and I'm going to do, I'm doing all of this. He's just going to, oh, hey, Frank, how's it going? He's basically what it is he's going to pay me to run the channel since I can't have a second AdSense account. So basically, it's like I'm working for my dad, but not really working for my dad. Maybe after a period of time when I can establish some support from YouTube for that, or via that, then I might be able to get access to the original channels back, maybe that way. But if not, then what I'll do is I'll just keep functioning with it this way until it's such a time that it makes sense to maybe switch to doing something like an LLC for it or something like that. But for the moment, we're just going to run it like this. But I should be able to get this channel then monetized, and so it should be monetized like maybe even by next live stream. So yeah, so it's not. So I should be, if the worst case scenario is I can't get access to the other original channels, then I can at least, use this channel to start a rebuild and do it that way. And then I guess it's just, well, we'll wait and see. Maybe I can get the other channels back, and then I can just have all of them. Um, and well, it had come up. I think MSE might have even have recommended something like this before, and I was just nervous about doing it because of well, I didn't know what YouTube rules would be, and I didn't know what also I had to talk to my dad about it, and then I had to look into how the tax thing was going to work and all of that. I mean, it seemed to me that it would probably work the way that my intuition said, but without doing the homework, I wasn't going to In any case, so that's kind of what's going to happen now. So the good news is that hopefully I'll be back to being able to turn this into a going concern and perhaps actually be able to make a living. In any case, so that's that. Now, having said that, I feel like playing some Octortle. So what do you guys think? Playing some Octortle? Hang on, I need to do a thing here, don't I? Let me move this. Oh, I see what happened. All right, I don't need this up anymore either, do I? No, I don't. God, I have so many freaking windows up. Oh, so I'll give you guys, before I switch over to playing Octortle, I'll give you guys a story of why I get frustrated with YouTube. So, I hatched this, this harebrained scheme, which I think will work. And so I was like looking into, okay, so what's the process? How do you transfer ownership to a YouTube channel? And it's a weird process, but part of the process is you have to turn your channel into a brand account. But to turn your channel into a brand account, you have to create a new channel that's an empty channel, and then transfer your existing channel into the empty channel, right? And then what happens is YouTube then does this weird little doop-a-doop, and so that your channel is kind of back to itself being its channel, but then there's this empty channel that's just sitting there doing nothing. That's the container for, it's just like why I have no idea. It's just aggravating as hell, but anyway, so there you go. There's a whole mess of why YouTube is, gives people headaches. In any case, so there's enough of that nonsense. Oh, hey, well, I'm glad you could talk to here from France. And welcome. All right, anyway, so I think what I'm going to do now is I'm going to move this thing over to here. Yeah, that's out of the way more or less. Let me switch this over to the gaming thing. Am I mostly out of the way? It looks like I'm mostly out of the way. I think, one thing I'm going to do, I'll wait, because there's a game I want to play later that's not Octortle, but I wanted to start with this. Okay, anyway, where do I want to start? Let's start with Rescue. No, you'll get the 2 hours and whatever, Rob. Okay, Puri, we can see that right away. Is that going to be Plink? No. Oh, plain. I didn't see that the A was. See, that's what happens when you get impatient, huh? I didn't look at all the vowels. So is that going to be a side? All right, that's going to be edict. Equal. All right. What else? I got some comments here. I have the metallicized snack bar wrapper for later. Yes. And there will be crinkling later, of course. The lost bus. I don't know if I know that. Oh. Interesting. Okay. So is that going to be baddie probably. I got 3 to do and 3 left. So what is that going to be there? I've got G blank U. So what in the world? G. There we go. I'm going to say that's baddie. No, all right, I can't do this one then today, can I? So what? Tatty? Nope, can't be Tatty. Taffy? Yeah, all right. All right, we'll go to extreme then. And yeah, I think Matthew McConaughey can be a pretty pleasing guy to watch sometimes in some of those movies. All right. What am I? Hyena. Woken, probably. Karma? Nope, can't be that. Kappa. That's going to be Puppy, isn't it? And then Psycho or Psych. S-Y-C-H. There we go. What is that down there? Aphid. Is that just Daddy? What's this one over here? I have an S-C-A-P. Scalp. Oops, wasn't scalp. Scamp. All right. So, badly. Right? No, Dally. Darn. So that's 2 I didn't do today. Bad day, huh? I don't know, maybe I'll have to do Nordle later just for... there we go. And Click, probably. Yeast, for sure. Basic, probably. Let's put in Plum. And Burley, obviously. And Plaid. And Freer, I'm going to assume. Oops. And Place. What is that down there? Click. And Gollum? Nope. Oh, Gollum was with an E, isn't it? Mogul. There we go. That's going to be what it is. And all right, all right. You know, I don't remember what movie that's from either. All right, all right, all right. Let's see, after classic, I'll do sequence. And then I'll do chill, because that's clearly the... probably flake, but let's put in plum. Yep. Oops. Not typing so well tonight. And, oops. Which probably. Gawky. Homer. Human. And lanky. What do you know? There it is, chill. Then go to sleep, Ben. All right, let's go ahead and use plum and waged. So baggy, right? Pluck. It's going to be going, isn't it? Snare. Need. Manic. South. Oh no. Oh, shout. I didn't see the T at the end there. Yikes. And Snoop, I guess, yeah. There we go. Well. Oh. Hello, Bobby. All right, so, man, that just went too fast, didn't it? Shall I go do Nordle? Actually, no, I'm not going to do Nordle. What I'm going to do is I'm going to leave that there. I'm going to go put this thing up over there, which I'll get so you guys can see it in a minute. I need to do another thing, though, first. I guess I'll do it this way. And let's route the sound like that. Let me come back to OBS. All right, I'm back. Everything is still going well. Right, okay. Okay, I'm hoping that the sound will work. Well, we'll find out. So let's do this. Let's go to game. And I'm going to switch this from this. This is a game I found on the, there it is, in the repository for Pop! OS. And it's just one of those match 3 type games, and you know, but I like the jewels that they use in the thing. I like the picture of it. I find it very pleasing. But I like the sound it makes. Let's see if it'll actually, how it works for, there, what do you guys think of that? You mean Mastermind? Yeah, I can do that, I suppose, later as well. But anyway, does the sound good for you guys? Man, I really like the sound of these. So I guess I should start slowing down, shouldn't I? It's supposed to be ASMR, isn't it? Oh, yeah. You know, I haven't played Trace in a while. I don't think I've played Trace since we tried looking at it last weekend. I think I'm stuck. And the other thing is, because it's being played through that one website, they don't seem to have capacity to save your game. So you have to start from 0 all the time. At least that seems to me to be how it's working there. I haven't found anything to click on or anything that lets you actually save your games. But, yeah, I don't know. So I don't know, maybe we'll take a look at that later tonight. Okay, we're getting down. There's going to be a break here in a few minutes. Well, what do you guys think? Nobody's made a comment about what are they called? The K diamond, I guess they're calling this. Oh, I just realized I need to shrink the clock because it's getting in the way. So here, let me get over here. Let's go to here. Oopsie daisy. Let's do this. Let's just shrink this a bit to get it out of the way. There, that's enough. All right. Yeah, that's fine. I think that's fine. All right, there we go. Good night, Ben. Hey, Chris. You can't hear the game sounds. Interesting, because they're showing up in the meter on OBS, and make sure that they're going through the output that I sent them to, which should be these. What the hell? Maybe it's not. Holy mackerel, what's going on here? Is it not making noise? It's not making noise, is it? Why not? Oh no, now it is. Okay, now it's making noise. Is anybody else not? Okay, it's a little quiet. I guess I could turn them up. How about that? Oops, there's a break. I'll tell you what, I will address the sound thing when I come back from break. I'll be back in just a bit. Okay, I am back. Let's go back. I guess I should go back to this window here. Actually, I don't even really need to be at that window there, do I? I need to go to the audio bit here in this, and game sounds. Oh, I see. All right, yeah, you know what? Here, let me try this here. Now let's try this. See how this is. That too loud? Maybe. Did I? How's that for the game sound? Family Crisis by Mumuki. I don't know that I'll play it tonight, but I might take a look at it. Let me make a note of it. Where do I have a piece of paper? Here, I'll just use fucking the text editor. I'll try to remember to take a look at it. What is it called? Family Crisis by Mumuki. I will not promise anything, but I'll try to remember to take a look at it. M-U-M-U-K-I. Is that it? M-U-M-U-K-I? Yeah, okay. All right. Okay, is everybody else all cool with the game sounds now? Okay, cool. Anyway, I like this. I like the sounds. I actually intermittently get ASMR off it. And even when I'm not getting any kind of tingles, I do find it really quite relaxing. Hey, Benjamin, cool guy. Well, I'm glad you're here. And, you know, I don't know. I was just thinking, how much time should I spend playing this before I start doing triggers? I might come back and play this some more later, though. Man, I really like this. Oh, and also I have it set to play a game that's not timed, so you can just play it and play it and play it. There's another one that, actually there's several of these in the pop repository for, you know, this type of game. You're not cool with it? What was the question? The sound for the game? Did you just get here, MSE? Holy mackerel. All right. I find it really mesmerizing. It's just the silliest little thing, but something about it, the weird gem shapes and stuff, just really, I don't know, I find it very appealing. sometimes you just get it rolling and it's like, logged off last Saturday. Right. Oh, holy mackerel. I'll do this just for a few more minutes because I'm feeling like I should do some triggers. Oh, all right, Ben. Well, I'm glad you stopped by, man. Thanks. Take it easy. See you next Saturday, maybe. All right, let's do this here like that, I guess, yeah. Oh, what am I doing here? I wasn't even paying attention to what I'm doing. What are you doing, Bill? What are you doing here, man? Oh, somebody has a loud motorcycle outside. Yes, there will be tapping. I think I will do the crinkling first because that was requested first. You never left it. You should have said something. Oh, you guys crack me up. And all right. Well, you know what? I guess I'm gonna stop with this now, just because there is no end to the game, right? So I could just keep going and going and going and going and going. So I'll just leave that there for the moment, and let's switch back into this bit here. Okay, and so Bago Crinkle. We will set aside the large bag because I will do that last as usual. Here is, I don't know if I'll do much with the big pile of bubble wrap tonight or not. Yeah, no, we'll see. Maybe I'll get around to that. Or maybe I'll just do the smaller stuff. Okay. Metallicized plastic snack bar wrapper. Metallicized plastic snack bar wrapper. Oh, thanks, Rich. I'll probably hold off on doing any humming of the lullaby thing till the end, if I do any of that here in the live stream tonight. Although I do kind of like the idea of when I do it at the in mind test, you know what I mean? Okay, now let's settle into doing some triggers, shall we? Crinkling up the metallicized snack bar wrapper. The shiny silver metallicized snack bar wrapper. Actually, it's just this side that's the silver, right? to another crinkle source now. How about I fear that soon to be replaced combo manila envelope bubble wrap, as it's getting kind of beat up now from all of the wrinkling and crinkling. Yeah. I think let's do the different bubble wrap pouches, shall we? Small bubble wrap and slightly bigger bubble wrap, billet bubble wrap. Don't bump the microphones. Oh, there'll be skateboard wheels later. I think, man, what was the, so I'm doing this, and, oh, tapping, yes. That was what it was. I had to go back through the comments. Hey, Kate Manda. Thanks for coming by. It's good to see you. Thanks, Pop the Tart. Actually, no, I may go straight to after. Actually, here I'm gonna switch from this. I'm gonna go to the big crinkle bag because what I'm thinking is in the next break I might jump straight to the skateboard and I'll do both tapping and wheels. And I might come back and do some more crinkling later too, just because I like the crinkles. Oh, well, don't apologize if you were sick, Kate Manda. I hope you're feeling better now. I'm glad you were at least feeling well enough to make it. Oh, sinus stuff can be a drag, can't it? Well, any kind of illness can be a drag, but yeah. The sinus stuff, I mean, part of the bad thing is not just the discomfort and all that, but just the mess of it. Yeah. Okay, we're inside a minute now before the next break. Oh, see, there's a downside to monetizing the account, isn't there? Because if I monetize the channel, that means, you might have to put up with ads in the live streams again. Okay, now that we're inside of 10 seconds, I will go ahead and say, okay, I think it's time for me to take another break, gang. I will see you in just a couple of minutes. Okay, and here we have the mighty Fiberflex. And if any of you are new, this is an actual Fiberflex that was my first actually decent deck from being a skateboard screw up back in the day. So this I got probably in 77, 76, 77, something like that. And when I found it just recently, going through some stuff that, as an old person, you get junk and you have it in boxes and you go through it and you go, wow. Anyway, so I found this. Anyway, I bought new trucks and wheels for it. I mostly just ride it around on my concrete floor here in my modified garage, living space. And yeah, mostly just because I haven't gotten up the gumption to take it outside into, the wild and deal with, people on sidewalks and cars and roads and things. Although I think I will soon. I don't know. Maybe not. Anyway, let's do some wheels first, I guess. Get it up near the mic. Let's do some over here too, just for people upstairs. Well, I wonder what the hell they're doing upstairs. I know what it sounds like they're doing upstairs, but yeah, well, I was pretty pleased when I found it in the Boxo stuff. And it's not exactly the same. They're Bennett trucks, which I had Bennett Pros back in the day, and these are Bennett Vectors, because I guess they don't make the Pros anymore. And these are hog wheels, and they have independent bearings in them. I don't remember the brand name of the wheels I had back in the day, but they had AZF bearings in them. But anyway, it's black Bennett trucks with red wheels, right? You know what I mean? So that's more or less what I was going for, because that's what the board was back in the day. Just the other day, I was looking around online for just whatever silly nonsense that people look around online for, and I got it in my head to rated R. Why is it rated R? Oh, because of upstairs. Anyway, I went and did some looking at the Dogtown website, because the deck that I had after this, well, actually I had them both at the same time for a while, because obviously if I had this one still, and while I owned the Dogtown one, I still had this one. But I had I think I mentioned this before, I had a Dogtown. It was a West Homestead Bulldog design board. I think I got that in 78. With some independent trucks, and I don't remember the wheels for that either, but Anyway, so they don't make the West Humpson Bulldog design board anymore at Dogtown, but they have one that's very similar. Actually, they have several that are very similar. So I was, so I was like going, it's like, I don't know, I have that slightest idea why I would want to have another one when I barely ride this one, but oops, let's not go bumping into things, Bill. Don't make weird noises that aren't pleasant. Let's do some more wheels over here. And then, after this wheel bit, then I will do some tapping. Because I think the fiberglass is a good surface to tap on. I suppose if I could find something that would be suitable. I don't know, is the metal any good for tapping on? Yeah, it's not bad, isn't it? That's right. Do this way because I know sometimes people like to watch the tapping as well as hearing it. So I will tap on the trucks first. How about that? I don't know, is that... I don't know if that's any... Maybe the fiberglass is better. Yeah, I like the fiberglass better. It's brighter. Yes, they spin in both directions. Holy mackerel. I'm just a lazy guy, man. So I just spin it in the one direction. It's too complicated for me to spin it in the other direction, man. I'd like to have to turn it around or move my hand in a different direction or something. Some tapping, all right. I'm going to do this so that the sound can have a little bit of variation about where it is in the perceived space, right? So how many of you watch the live stream with headphones or earbuds or speakers, or what is your mode of listening? Sit up straight, Bill. Improve your posture. Earbuds. I can't do earbuds. They just feel too weirdly uncomfortable. I don't like things in my ear. So for those of you who have the headphones E1, do you like over the ear or on the ear? Like around the ear with a cup or just on the ear? Because I prefer headphones that go around the ear, like with a full enclosed cup. I see. Oh, wow. Wow, how tiny do your ears have to be? That's my problem. I find that none of them fit, or that they just don't feel comfortable. Although people I know who are musicians that have used the in-ear monitor setup stuff um, have said that those are really good, but they've got expensive ones that, with special stuff that fits their ear, and like I think that maybe that you even buy a special thing to make them fit properly, or I don't know. It just yeah. Oh, good. I'm glad it's better for you there, Rob. 5'1", that's yeah. Not a towering woman. When I was a kid, um, the guy that was my scoutmaster, his wife was about 5'1", I think. And the reason I bring it up is because my scoutmaster, who was her husband, was this huge dude that was like 6'4" and weighed like 250 pounds. Here, let's do some spinning of the wheel and then tapping while the wheel is spinning. How's that? Oh, I just realized for those of you who are new, you can see the stickers, right? Fiberflex, Bennett, Hogs. Wow, I didn't realize you were that tall, Rob. You're not a small guy. I assume, James, that are you talking about altitude, or are you talking about chemical intoxication? But you feel small. Interesting. Chemical. I don't know. I'm not even trying to answer that question because, as a former fucked up blackout drunk, there are a lot of instances where I have no idea how high or fucked up I might have gotten. Much bigger in attitude. That makes me think again of that guy that was my scoutmaster and his wife, because he was huge, but she was in charge of him. You know what I mean? Whatever she said was the law. It was funny to see her, like, you know. I mean, she wasn't mean or anything like that, but he was, you know, deferred to her judgment pretty much all the time. And, but he was also, like, just hopelessly devoted to her as well, so. Well, dude, it's not just about impressing somebody. It's like, you know, you should live how you want to live and have the figure that you want to have. But um, if it starts to be a thing that's, you know, impinging on your health and whatnot, what are you gonna do? What are your cats gonna do if something happens to you, man? Right? So maybe you don't have anybody to impress, but you have people to care for, and well, cats to care for. All right. Spin over there, and we'll tap over there as well. Or I'll just tap on the board and kind of hold it over that way a little bit. Excuse me. You have yourself. There you go. So you're never going to acquire any more cats then, Rob? Hmm. I don't know. That sounds awfully. Dude, you gotta get more cheerful. Well, I'd rather you didn't check out, dude. I mean, there's a good chance I'll be around still in 10 years, so, you know? If for nothing else, hang out for me. Wow. That's a pretty dark motivation there, James. Oh, it's the Falconer. The timer is sort of named for Rob because he's always begging me to give more time to you guys, and for a while I was not. I didn't use the timer initially, right? You know what I mean? But I was bad about sticking to a time schedule and stuff, which I need to kind of keep. I need to keep a rein on the time of the length of the stream because I have a bad back. I have degenerative disc disease, and like I have almost no disc left anywhere. I've lost almost 2 inches in height. Um, anyway, because I have to do this time limit thing. That's what the timers are for. So oops, there it went. The timer just went off. Time for me to take a break. So I take a break every 20 minutes, and the stream is kept to a length of 2 hours and 20 minutes. And yeah, so that's what the timers are for. hope it won't be too annoying for you guys, but I'm running the heater for a little while just because I'm cold in here. And yeah, anyway, so if it gets to be too bad, let me know. Okay, let's see, I lost some comments here. Rob, if there's going to be live streams for as long as I'm doing this, man. I stream every Saturday night at 8 p.m. California time. Yeah, yeah. Okay, I think I'm caught up with the time, with the comments, although it looks like you guys are more or less self-contained. You know what, I'm going to go back to the gaming part. I'm going to play some the Nordle for a minute or two. I'll see if I can get past 8. So here, let me do this. I think, oh, I don't remember, is it in this browser or is it in the other browser? Wait, what the hell just happened? Oh, I know what I just did. I'm in the wrong thing there. Here we go. My goodness, Bill. Pull yourself together there, man. There we go. All right, now, let me get this back over here. There we go. Now I think, yeah, Nordle. All right, you guys prepare yourselves because remember Nordle isn't in dark mode, so it's going to get much brighter here in a second. Ding. You know, I need to move myself too, don't I? Or shrink myself. You know, I'm just going to turn myself off for the moment. Where am I at here? It's beep. Here we go. And now let me just do this to this like this here. And there we go. Let's go back to this window. And so cushy joint freak, which is the typical starting collection of words. I'll go ahead and put in plum. Okay, sloth. Well, dude, I mean, I do want to make a career out of doing the ASMR thing. That's certainly a true statement. Of course, I'd like to also fold in music and stuff like that as well, but I'm not going to stop making ASMR. You know what I mean? Because remember, I didn't make it frequently, but if you go look at the first, many years of my channel, it wasn't monetized. I mean, I just did it because I wanted to do it, which, I mean, I do still do it because I want to do it. It's just, I can turn myself off. MSE, you slay me. Okay. Is that going to be pithy, maybe? Ascot, probably. And I'm going to try pithy. Okay. That might be snowy. That's going to be track, of course. So that's not so bad. I'm gonna say waged. And I was hoping that just because oops. I should have done the other one for anyway. All right, hey, what do you know? So, 7 probably? Oop. Nope. Oh, how do I get it to go back to the other n equal thing? Will it change for me? No, it won't. Alright, I guess I have to play this one and go back to that one. Alright. Cushy joint freak. Drink, brink, what is it going to be? Plum. So brink. It's going to be spoke, I think. I'm drawing a blank on that one. Mayan, maybe? Okay, and it's going to be organ, isn't it? Okay. I want to do this because I don't want it to go up. I want to go down. There we go. Thank you. And then now I think this is going to be 7. No, it's not. What is it going to be then? What is it? SE what? Oh. Jesus. Semen, that's what it is. Okay, and then now past that one. Okay. Will we... Oops. Put your hands in the right spot, Bill. Is that going to be sight? And I think that's probably safer. I don't know, is that going to be chide, chive? It could be chili. Well, let's put in plum. Oh, that could be what? Paver? Paper? What have I got? I've got... What is that? Is that mixed, maybe? Okay. Alright, and it's chide. And now I don't care. I'm going to try paver just to see. Nope. Let's see paper, maybe. Yay, okay. Are we going to make it to 8? Or even past, I don't know. And probably prune. And alright, so choke, prune, quail probably. Well, I'm going to say waved, or waged, I guess. How about that? Yeah. So, dwarf? Alright. And is that going to be delve? is this? What in the world? Igloo? Alright. We've made it to 6, everybody. Will we get any higher? Okay, I think that's incur. And octal. Oops. That could be break. That could be Drake. That could be slept. It could be spelt. Annal is going to be my guess. And all right, I have to say plum. All right. All right, I only have one extra one still. Okay, break. And it isn't slept. Oh, sleet. Is that going to be boogie or booby or... now, is that going to be hitch or ditch? Let's try ditch. Nope. Nope. We didn't even make it to 8. What is it? Is it switch? Nah, 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 nah. Wow, that's like the worst I've done in ages. Oh well. Can't win them all the time, can you? Alright, let me go back to here. I'm going to go back and play that silly K-diamond thing again for a few minutes, just because it calms me down. And I'm going to go ahead and turn myself... I'm going to turn myself on, man. There we go. Okay. What do we got? You know, it doesn't really matter, because there's no time limit. And it's set to being fuel. I don't know, I guess you can't see me. I'm in the way, I guess. So I don't know if you can make that out or not. It says very easy down there. Because, you know, I'm not playing this game to be all tricky and clever, man. I'm playing it just to chill out. Okay. Oh, how time? We're getting down to 2 minutes here. Okay. Today's the 6th. Well, for a few hours more anyway. I was just thinking Christmas is coming up pretty fast, ain't it? Okay, we're getting inside of a minute again for the next break. What time we're getting to? 9:20. Okay, so about an hour left for the show. Okay, it's coming up on time here. Okay, gang, I will see you in a couple of minutes. Let's come back to here then, and I don't know whether I'll go back to playing games anymore tonight or not, maybe. What I'd like to do, though, is go to the paintbrush or the craft brush or whatever we're going to call it today. Anyway, let's do some basic brushing on microphones, shall we? Just starting out with some basic brushing of the microphone. I just sort of, I don't know. Maybe I'll think of something to babble about, maybe not. Some fluffy clouds or some nice little trees back there, you know. Go paint over here a little bit more. Yeah, I know, it's kind of funny. Oh, let me see. So let's do this over there and this over here kind of thing, shall we? So I will brush the microphone over there, and I will speak over here and even whisper while I'm brushing over there, and I am whispering over here, and I am brushing over there as I am whispering over here. I am brushing over there while I am whispering over here. I am brushing over there while I am whispering over here. I am also brushing over there while I am softly speaking over here. I am brushing on the microphone over there while I am softly speaking over here. I am brushing over there while I am whispering over here. I am brushing over there, and I am whispering over here. I am brushing over there while I am whispering over here. I'm going to switch now. So I am now brushing over there while I am whispering over here. I am brushing over there while I am whispering over here. And I am also brushing over there while I am softly speaking over here. I am brushing over there while I am softly speaking softly over here. I am brushing over there. While I am speaking softly over here. I am brushing over here. No, I'm not. I'm brushing over there. And I'm speaking softly over here. And now I will whisper over here while I brush over there a little bit. I will whisper here and brush over there. And I will whisper here while I brush over there. And I will whisper here as I brush over there. And I will switch. So brushing on the microphone. Simply 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 brushing on the microphone. You know, MSC, that's a good idea. I'm going to have to practice throwing my voice, though, to be able to do that. And I will brush over here and speak over there. Simply brushing on the microphone. Oh, how does the line go? This is the time, and this is the record of the time. How's that for? That might be too obscure for. I don't know whether any of you are going to get it or not. I can't think of the name of the piece though. This is the time, and this is the record of the time. And I'm simply brushing on the microphone. 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 It's how much time there's left in the show, Nolan. It's quite a goal too. And I'm switching sides, in case you hadn't noticed. And so now I will brush on the microphone. I do it with my right hand. I'm feeling too awkward doing it with my left hand. Although now I have to do this weird kind of crossing thing, don't I? Well, that'll be alright. I'll figure it out. So I'm simply brushing on the microphone. Simply brushing on the microphone. Kool-Aid. 10 years, let's do it. Nah, dude. Besides, I'd rather have Tampico. Have a cold compound. That's hilarious, Kate Manda. The cult will get so big in 10 years that when we're all having a compound and brushing on microphones, we'll have a special contract deal with AKG because we'll buy all our microphones from them. And there will be other microphone manufacturers begging us to try their microphones because we do so much with microphones. Sitting there brushing on the microphone and not even saying anything about it. Just brushing away. Just brushing away. Oh, and it's almost time for the next break again. This will be the second to last one. It'll be this one coming up. And then there will be one at 10. And then that'll be the life goals, yeah. Is there a synonym for stress that starts with G? Because it just popped into my head if we could come up with a slogan that was something like, you know, if I could think of a synonym for stress or something similar to that that started with G. I should use the tool, shouldn't I? I don't know, do I want to go do that? Is it worth making the effort? To go back to the gaming window and just so I can look up a word? Well, it's going to be, I'm not going to bother because it's not worth the joke, frankly, but I was just thinking, wouldn't it be funny if we could come up with a word that did that, and you could get AKG to make t-shirts that said something like ASMR kills whatever the thing is. Grief. There you go. ASMR kills grief. Get AKG to make t-shirts that say that. Oops, there it went. Gloom, there you go. ASMR kills gloom. I love it. Okay, I'll be back in a minute. Okay, here we go. Sorry about that. Okay, I feel like I should do, I think this segment, let's get out the good old chunk of wood. How about that? A good old chunk of wood. Now this is easier for me to do this over here and that over here and that over there and that kind of thing, because I don't actually have to directly touch the microphone, right? I can just sort of kind of, as usual, I will start with the pads of my fingers. And then I'll go to using my nails. Just doing some tapping on the wood. Tap, tap, tapping. Tapping on the good old chunk of wood. Tapping on the good old chunk of wood. Tapping on the good old chunk of wood. A good old chunk of wood. Just a scrap piece of 2x4. But it's a good old chunk of wood. And I'm tapping over there. And I will speak and whisper and that sort of thing over here. And I will tap over there while I whisper over here. And I will tap over there while I whisper over here. And I will tap over there while I whisper over here. And I will tap over there while I whisper over here. And I will tap over there while I whisper over here. And I will tap over there while I whisper over here. And now I think pressure while I'm tapping over there and speaking softly over here. And I'm tapping over there while I am speaking softly over there, and I am tapping over there while I am speaking softly over here, and I'm tapping over there, and I am whispering over here, tapping over there, and whispering over here, and tapping over there, and whispering over here, tapping over there, and whispering over here, and tapping over there, and whispering over here. And I'm going to switch again. I'm also going to switch to using my fingernails, so it'll change the timbre of the taps a little bit. So we're tapping over there, and I'm speaking softly over here, and I'm tapping over there while I'm speaking softly over here, and I'm tapping over there while I'm speaking softly over here, and I'm tapping over here. No, I am tapping over there, and I'm speaking softly over here, and I'm tapping over there while I'm speaking softly over here, and I'm tapping over there using my fingernails while I speak softly over here, and I am tapping in the other microphone while I am speaking into this one, and I'm tapping over there, and I'm whispering whispering into this, and tapping into that, and whispering into this, tapping into that, and whispering into this, tapping into that, and whispering into this, and tapping into that, and whispering into this, and tapping into that, and whispering into this, tapping into that, and whispering into this, and tapping into that, and whispering into this, and tapping into that, and whispering into this, and tapping into that, and speaking softly into this, tapping over there, whispering over here. Except for I just did that by softly speaking, didn't I? Tapping over there and whispering over here. Tapping over there and whispering over here. And tapping over there and whispering over here. And tapping over there and whispering over here. Now I will do some tapping over there while I do some soft speaking over here. I will tap over there while I do soft speech over here. Tapping over there. Speech over here. Tapping over there. And speech over here. And 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 tapping over here. And speech over here. And tapping over there. And speech over here. It's almost time for the next break. Actually, this will be the last break before the end of the show, so. And I'm not sure what I'll do. Maybe I'll do a little beard brush. And I don't know. If you guys have any questions or comments or things you want to bring to my attention for the last 20 minutes of the show, you might think of chiming in so that I can read it when I come back from the break. I'll see you guys in just a minute. do this. Let's turn off this clock because it's not doing us any work right now, is it? Since there are no more breaks, there is no need for that one to be doing anything. So, oh, you know what I'm going to do before I do anything else, because I forgot about this entirely. One of my favorite things is the weird noise with the chopstick on the jar. I think I need to get a mason jar. I mean, they're all still being used for, well, some of them are dirty and some of them are in use. Such a nice noise. Itchy nose. Itchy bridge of nose. Okay. Do some more of this stuff with the jar. Well, this last week, I discovered and watched an anime. It was very, very silly, but I really enjoyed it. It was called The Way of the House Husband. It's really funny. I don't know if any of you have seen it, but... Oops. It's this, I guess the basic plot is a guy that used to be a Yakuza guy is now a house husband. Let's go back over here a little bit. Oh, I love Apothecary Diaries. It's one of my favorites, to be honest. Okay, let's put this one aside and let's Let's do some beard brush noise. I feel like I'm forgetting something too. Like there's probably another noise that I should be doing tonight that I'm not. I did the crinkling, did some tapping on the wood, did some tapping on the skateboard. I'll do some tapping here on the beard brush in a second. What am I forgetting? Weren't you here for the crinkles earlier? I did crinkles. I could do some more crinkles though for the last 10 minutes or so. Well, you know, I would like it, Jay, that if it did, you know, grow to be that big. You know, it would be fantastic if it would grow to be big, and then I'd get the other channels back too. Well, here you go. I can do some more crinkling. I did suggest that I might return to some crinkling later anyway, right? No, I want to do the crinkling. I love the bag. I was thinking that there's like a trigger I do that I'm not doing. I don't know, I guess not. I guess that's everything. Oh, I know what it is. I haven't done in a long time is the finger tracing on the pieces of stone. I don't feel like doing tracing tonight, so I'm not going to do that tonight, sorry. Plus the stones are over there, not over here, so. And I don't feel like walking all the way across the room to get a stone to trace on it with my fingers. Sorry for disappointing anybody, but. Okay, crinkle in the jar. Ah. We're thinking alike there, Kate Manda. Yeah, the delay thing is a weird thing. It continually screws with me because of, you know, well, I can see like, I know what I'm doing here in real time, and then I look over at the monitor that's showing me what YouTube is receiving, and the latency is crazy. I mean, it's a couple of seconds, but yeah. More like a cult every day. Well, I gotta think of my retirement, man. Gotta get a compound so I have some place that I can retire to, yeah? Someplace sunny and warm. I mean, I'm already in California, but I'm thinking tropical, Although, maybe I should just wait. Maybe, climate change and all will just bring the tropical weather to me. Well, I'm glad you like it. Am I supposed to call you Nico? And dude, you're like right here at the last 5 minutes of the stream. Unless you've been here and this is just your first chiming in. But I'm glad you like my content. Thank you. Okay, I think what I'm going to do now is I will get... Do you want to do any more crinkling? Yeah, I'll do some crinkling with what? I'll take this one here. It's just a piece of bubble wrap that's with small bubble. Since we're near the end, and I'll start doing the lullaby thing now to take us out, I suppose, yeah? gang, I think that's going to be about it for tonight, as we're winding down on the evil timer there. I hope everybody had a good time. It was good seeing y'all. And yeah, oh, there we go. There's the end of the thing. Let's go ahead and turn that one off too. Dink. All right, and I'll go to there. Yeah, okay, so that's tonight's live stream, all wrapped up and done with that bow on top, I suppose. Anyway, so that's it. This Monday won't be Mind Test. This Monday will be Mind Sweep. I'm going to go back to changing it up where I go every other week will be Mind Test, and every other Monday after that will be, another game. Like, I think that what I have in mind now is I'll do a Mind Test, Mind Sweep, and then like Mind Test, Enigma, and then I'll do Mind Test, probably Mastermind, and that kind of thing like that. Probably mainly those three. They seem to be the popular ones. But yeah. Anyway, good night, Rob. Good night to the rest of y'all. Yeah. So anyway, hope to see you guys next weekend. Take care. Aloha, siblings. Good night, Kate Manda, too. Where's the button?